So this video is for component 5, question 1, and here we're making a conical spiral of a cone. So first of all, I give the information. So the diameter of the cone is 90. So I'm just measuring 45 here. I want to draw this. So I'll be drawing it low enough on the page so I make sure I have room for the height of the cone. Okay, so that was radius 45, and now my height. So I'm drawing my XY line. So it doesn't necessarily matter how high you go up, just making sure you have enough room. So I want to extend up the line, this vertical line where it intersects my circle. So where I got this point, so that point is the center of my circle. I could see where the compass, the point of the compass was there. I'm going to extend this line up to the top. What I want to mark on this here is 120. So I know this is going to be the top of the cone. That. So next I can divide this here up into 12 equal parts. So I'll do that very quickly. Okay, so that's it divided up into 12. So the next step is I want to bring up either side. So right here, up. So I just want to make that little mark on the horizon because I know that's going to be the edge of the cone here. So that point and that point, I just brought them up. And now I know when I join this up to here and here, that's going to give me the elevation of that cone. That back down. So here we're just joining the 2 points, and that is the top of my cone. So what I'm going to do here is just label. Okay, so I've divided this up and I've labeled. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then this is also point 12. So what I want to do next is divide the height of this cone into 12. So how are we going to do that? So the incorrect way is just to measure on this and divide it up into 12. It's engineering drawing, so we have to be showing our construction techniques. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to draw a line of any angle from this point. So it doesn't matter what angle I go with. So I'm just drawing it there. And what I'm going to do is make 12 arcs on this line. Okay, so I just want to label them. 12. Okay. And now joining this last point, so point 12, I'm going to join that to my apex. So the apex is the top of the cone. Okay, so I've joined that point 12. And now what I'm going to do is come in parallel to that. So I'm just lining it up so it's parallel. So I'm happy enough with that line. And I'm bringing it down to each point. So I'm bringing that 11 across just to where it hits the side of the cone. So you can see these are parallel lines coming across. So now I get my T-square, and all I'm doing is bringing those lines where they intersect across the whole way, and that'll divide this cone up into 12. Okay, so now I have the plan and the elevation of the cone divided into 12. So the next step is I want to bring up any point. So this point 1, okay, I'm just going to bring this up to this line here, so the XY, that line there, okay, so 1 up to the XY, and then when I get to the XY, I want to connect that point to my apex, like that. I'm going to come to 2, to the apex, and you'll notice that 10 and 2 are the same, so it's not necessary to bring 10 up because they're both on the same line. It'll be the same here when I bring up 4 and 8 are all the one on the same line. So if I bring that up, and now I'm coming to this point and joining down. This is 5 and 7 to the base, joining up to the apex. And then obviously 3 and 9 we already have, and it's connected up. And 12 and 0, this is this point, so it's obviously the sides of our cone. So now what we're going to start doing is bringing down our points. So starting off, I know that this point here of the Archimedean spiral is right there. That's 0, 12, okay, starting off. The next is 1. So I'm following this line up. So what I should do is label these even clearer. So that's 1, 2. Okay, so that's just some label. So where 1, this line at the bottom, the plan, intersects 1 up here, that point, I want to bring that down. and where I'm bringing it down to is where it intersects the arc 1. So I'm bringing that down there, and where it intersects that line is a point on our spiral. Okay, so that's that point. I'm going to 2 now, so where 2 intersects 2, that's the next point. So I'm just bringing that line down. Where it intersects is the next 3. So for this point 3, what we're doing is it's a different step. So we're actually rotating this point down. So I'll show you this now. So if we follow this point 3 over to where it touches the side of our cone, I want to drop that point down, just down to this line here. So I'm just going to make an arc there instead of drawing a full line. So just here where it intersects that horizontal line. Then I'm coming with my compass and measuring that distance from the center to here, and I want to rotate that until it touches this point 3. Okay, so I know that that is another point on the spiral. So then with 4, so it's the same step again as we did with 1 and 2 with 4. So where it cuts it, that diagonal that's coming up, I drop it down, and it's this point here. So that's another point. Then 5, same again. So I'm coming up to 5. I can see it's this point here. I'm dropping that line down until it cuts 5. That's the point there. Then with 6, so it's the same process that we did with point 3. So it's bringing that line down where it comes to the side, and I have it here marked. So there's that point there. So we're starting to get a bit of a view of what this is going to look like. Then we go to 7. So just make sure you're following the correct line. So 7, I'm dropping this down to where it touches here. So I'm just drawing that line just to save me. So it's this point here. Then with 8, it's this point. I'm making that arc, so it's that point there. Then with 9, so I know it's this straight. So what we can do here is the same as with 3 and the other points. So I'm bringing it down from the side and then rotating around. So that's that point. Then point 10. That's to here. 11. So it just takes a bit of concentration just to find where the points exactly are. So that's this down here. And then finally point 12. So we know that's going to be exactly the center. So what I can start doing now is filling in this spiral, joining the points. And right there is the spiral completed. So I just did this with a HB. I can even outline it. with a fine liner if I wanted. So hopefully we can visualize this okay through the camera. So all it was first of all dividing the plan into 12, the elevation into 12, and then it's a matter of dropping down points. And you'll notice with some of them I had to come down from the side and rotate. So just make sure, take your time with it when you're doing this, that you're getting all the different points. So I can just highlight even here on it the different points, so where it's intersecting each arc. Like that. So that's component 5, question 1.